Hey there, welcome back. If you remember, I got too tired when we were grinding karma last time. But let's go back to doing that. Let's shimmy inside here by accident. Some of these dregs leap from the shadows. He's starting the stream late. Get him. Yeah, fucking just start blasting, guys. Pile of dust. I'm sure Stoker will clean that up for us. I think we got a point in computers last time, didn't we? Oh, I got a few. Let's go one more. Let's go to computers 10. And that'll put us in great shape for a while. A lot of people like this Shadowrun series. I'm looking for some work. Don't say ghoul runs. Perfect. Nuke plant to the rat's nest. Hey, Justin. Just grabbing some karma. Not too much. Honestly, if I can get us some good guns and body armor, well, really, a gun for me, spells for Walking Bear, and then some cyberware for Winston, and then we can start doing some story for what that's worth. Nuke plant to the rat's nest, though. It's getting so a guy can walk the streets alone. I mean, you shouldn't be walking the streets alone in the Redmond Barrens. It's a slum. It's a slum run by gang members. People walking around with rat tails. Look at that. I have the Predator. I'm kind of tempted to switch over to SMG, but yeah, you're right. It's just body armor for all of us. I don't need a gun. Walking Bear doesn't need a gun. She needs magic. And Winston's going to use his bare fucking hands if I can pull that off. Hey, can we talk about your spine, Walking Bear? Are you seeing this? Watch her walk. Like she has some spine problems. Get out of the way, Winston. I'm trying to make fun of our comrade. Fine, babe. I'll protect you from his insults. Fuck you, Winston. Oh, God, he's getting sweet on one of my other runners. Looking for work? Jump house. To little Chiba. Whoops, sorry there, townsperson. That fucking Predator heavy pistol loves locking onto civilians. It's not the gun, it's my fault. Thank you for escorting me. He's probably going to get turned into a lady or something. You can do whatever you want in the future. Hopefully they don't fuck up her spine. Then she'll walk like Walking Bear. More like Shuffling Bear. Jump house to the weapon shop. Ooh, it's our first crack delivery of the day. It does lock on when you switch characters, Justin. Hard to figure out what we were doing, though. Jump house to the weapon shop. Perfect. Now, to be fair, this might not be crack. This could be an empty crack vial that needs to be refilled. Or, you know, it's a BTL chip that needs to be re-encoded. This BTL chip is season 1 of Fat Albert. Can you please re-encode it to be the cocaine snorting one? Not the cocaine, not the cocaine snorting episode of Fat Albert. That one was deleted. A BTL chip that is about snorting cocaine. Gunderson ghouls, fuck you. Prison to the hotel. You've just been released from prison. What are you going to do? I'm going to go sleep in the shittiest hotel I can find. Oh, nope, that's just package. That's just more cocaine. Or maybe, I mean, again, it might not necessarily be cocaine. If it's from the prison or the hotel, it may be a soiled mattress that Stoker got real cheap. Soiled with what? Well, I'll leave that to your imagination. I don't think there would be moon pies coming from the prison, but maybe. Maybe there's a prison workshop that makes moon pies. Speaking of, prison's got some more moon pies that go to the nuke plant. That's where they inject it with the secret ingredient. Polonium. What do I need? I think I need like 20 karma. 20 or 22 karma for computers 10. I think it's double. I think it's double the next level. So it should be 20 karma. And then once we get computers 10, then we'll go back to making some matrix money. I don't mind my deck right now. It's mostly the programs that need some oomph. Jump house to the greenhouse so we can do some serious fixing. There's a sudden disturbance up ahead. That man has a terrible skin condition. He needs to see a doctor. The palette is just... it's off. There's some orange I see. Or it's some sort of blackface surgery he got that did not pan out, because that's clearly Gunderson tinted. Did I get rebound yet? I think you can... I want to say you can only get rebound from a contact, but maybe it's at the crime mall. Rat's Nest. George Kish needs to go to the greenhouse. I need a Hollywood Correctional Matrix contract. Ugh, who would give that, though? We're up to 9. 11 more runs. Caleb Brightmore? For contact for rebound. We don't have any reputation. We're keeping our reputation low for now. Hey, fat cow. Rat's Nest to the weapon shop. Oh, it's locking on to something. Where are the baddies? Find him, boy. Over here? I don't know why I'd lock onto him then. Thanks for escorting me, maybe. Well, I mean, please don't buy a gun. That'll put me out of business. Maybe he'll just buy some bandages for when I'm busy that day. Alright. Ghouls, not a fucking chance. 10 million negotiated to 10 million. How dare you? Mortimer Reed, I hope so, because we got our last milk run from Mortimer Reed. John Worley needs to go from the Rat's Nest to the nuke plant. That's where he works. That's how he pays the mansion rent. For his fabulous, fabulous mansion in the rat's nest. After a long day of scrubbing radioactive barrels, for no real reason it would seem, he goes back to the rat's nest to sleep on his bed. It's at least 4 pieces of cardboard thick. Is he hiding? Oh, just Winston walked up just so the shotgun is just right in his tum-tum. How did so many people have Sega Channel? I think you're the 3rd person to say they played this on Sega Channel. First aid kit. Is he just done? Yep, he ran out of Seattle. He was terrified of me. Nope, I lied. There he is. Turn him to dust. Ooh, another. Whoa, no room for it either. We should probably sell these off, even though that's not a lot of money compared to how much we get from the Matrix. You can get inside Icarus Descending as long as there's an elf in your team. That is neat. Hey, Bane. We've already, like, set our party in stone, though. I'm also not sure how to fire people without killing them. Armor, clothing. We don't need her fetishes. I don't like to depend on fetishes. I suppose if you were rich enough, like, you could. Like, how many times? Like, are you really going to cast a spell 30, 20 times in a corporation? Increases the potency of it. That might actually work, but the fetishes will sell. And we'll sell the gun. There we go. Oh god, grenades are for sale. No, no, no. Just fucking jovial Italian man in the street corner singing. Coffin Motel to the Jackal's Lantern. Fresh out of bed, he wants to get shit-faced. And at a gang bar, no less. That's risky. Grenades. He's just out front. He's just out front of fucking Stoker. He's gonna bother us every time we walk by Stoker's hotel. This fucking package better not be grenades. That poor woman's spine. My god. I guess the upside is with these frequent gang attacks, I might be getting some free karma every now and then. One free karma. Ghouls. Ugh. He threw in an extra $5. Little cheap to the greenhouse. Okay. And if it's going from Little Cheaper to the Greenhouse, it might be a new nose for Boris, because I'm pretty sure his nose is fucked up from all the cocaine he does, or whatever cocaine does to your nose if you can do it for long enough without your heart exploding. How many times do you think Dockwagon comes to get people just because they OD'd? Stoker's Hotel to the Halloweeners with a package. Maybe it's a bill. Stoker's afraid to. Yeah, you deliver this to them, please. which I guess is the equivalent of a what was it called? An enforcement run. Those are the ones where you go to the gang and you beat the shit out of them for like 500 million, which is very dangerous. Halloweeners, not the Halloweeners bar. I fucked up. Yeah, I stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, John. Jorn. Oh, their hideout's just so shitty. Like even the hideouts in like the P Barrens are at least abandoned buildings. It's not a fucking radioactive shed someone built out of smaller radioactive sheds. I don't know why I keep checking. We've gained 1 karma. Well, actually, I think we gained 2 karma. 6 to go. Rules, no. I can't recall, does rebound degrade over time or only on hit? Because that's the one thing. It's like, it's a shame that attack is so powerful because there's a lot of cool programs you can run in the Matrix. Nuke plant to the greenhouse. I'm a doctor. This patient has escaped. He shows me the proper credentials, which I'm pretty sure that means he's the bad guy if he has this framed diploma with him at all times, or he has like crazy people, police, doctor's badge. I don't know. Are we going to the nuke plant or the nuke plant to the greenhouse? Have I done the resell body armor hack? I have not. We've been making enough money from the Matrix, so I don't really need to do any greasy stuff. I mean, all that stuff in the debug menu's fun, and then like any other wacky things you can do, but if you can hack the Matrix, I think you're in good shape, money and item-wise, although I guess you'd have to slowly farm up the money to chum up the Mafia or the Yakuza that sells the 30k military body armor. Greenhouse is where we're going. There's Alan Turing. He's back. He needs to go from the rat's nest to the nuke plant. He's going to help them make a computer. It's going to be some 1950s piece of shit. All right, your computer's done. Hey, wait a second. This is garbage. Too late. He just runs away. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. Where am I picking you up? Jackal's Lantern? Rat's Nest. Okay. It's kind of hard to keep track of this stuff when I'm not talking out loud. Sir, do you mind? Thank you. Thank you, Walking Bear. More like Killing Bear. Even Alan Turing, one of the fathers of modern computing, can't afford a regular house in Redmond Bears. He has to live in these fucking shanties. Probably spends all his money on that sharp outfit. Because it looks... Huh. I was about to say, it looks like there's a pattern on his back, but I think it's just the sheen. But it looks like a large number 5, like he's the I-Fivers model. But I think this is also the same model they use for Renraku strike teams. They're short a few sprites. They have some interesting environments. Sprites aren't incredible. It looks like they were a little short on sprite work. What's this here? Negotiation high enough, and then you buy and sell light body armor at a profit because You have a discount at the crime mall. Really, that's interesting. It's pretty sneaky, sis. Weapon shop at the Jackal's Lantern. Probably some brass knuckles for the Halloweeners, because they definitely don't fucking buy guns. I mean, that's for my safety, so I don't get shot in the throat when you're doing the tutorial for Michael stuff. I wouldn't call it a tutorial, a prologue, maybe. A chapter 1, as it were. Scrawl a fake name, Alan Turing. That'll throw them off the scent. Even though I'm probably the most prominent Shadowrunner in the Redmond Barrens after just a few short hours. Better than Ricky, who I think just gets shit-faced and refuses every ghoul contract. Boris's greenhouse. Doc Whitson needs to go to the jump house. Apparently he's done doing some serious fixing. He's gonna be doing some serious drinking. Some serious mixing. I fucking missed my chance. I blew it. If anybody tries anything cute, you wax him, just like I'm gonna wax the counter when I'm working at the jump house. Jump house Mike Nana needs to go to the weapon shop. I'm late for work. So that's what you want at your weapon shop, a drunk? You could argue that he lives somewhere else and he goes to the jump house because that's a better neutral location for a Johnson to hire Shadowrun for you, but my version's much funnier. Speaking of funny, that guy thinking he could fucking kill me. Thanks for the lunch money, loser. You know, Redmond Barrens, run down part of town. The janitors don't fuck around, though. Those bodies are gone. Prison of the Jackal's Lantern, okay. Grenades are for sale. No. Got thrown off balance by the fucking grenade merchant. Where am I going? Prison of the Jackal's Lantern, okay. Prison of the Jackal's Lantern. What could it possibly be? Maybe a burner cell phone. You know what? I don't even know if they use cell phones anymore. Like, they definitely use the vid phones, but I would wonder if you had, like, a portable vid phone if you were very famous or rich. Neuromancer needs to go from the hotel to the Jackal's Lantern. He wants to start the day with a Bloody Mary. A cranial implant, maybe. I guess it's everything's hardwired in Shadowrun, in 2nd edition. So they don't really have wireless transmission. So maybe they don't use cell phones anymore. Whoops, I just canceled the contract by accident. Rat's Nest, Mike Nana. The greenhouse. He needs to do some serious fixing. Oh. Alright, am I at 20 yet? I am. We can go back to the Matrix. Some soy calf would be just whiz. Surprised I can't just buy myself some soy calf. There. Level 10 computers out of a maximum of 12, I believe. So we're a bit of a Facebook expert. We're playing Mafia Wars right now, even though we're sleeping. Because part of my brain is a computer. I'm referring people. I'm sending out attacks. Buying and selling things on the player market. I'm a fucking Mafia Wars superstar. And Mafia Wars is a very dreadful place in 2050. After decades of inflation in the player economy, God help you. And yeah, there's going to be like no dividends on this till we get the cyberware, but we're going on melee. So I did not have enough. That's a shame. Sorcery 7. That's not too bad either. I forgot to plan out the cyberware for Winston because we have to balance his strength with his quickness because I'm not actually sure how fast you can attack with your fists if you go like all wired reflexes. I think we'll go one wired reflexes. And then we really don't need dermal armor on him because we have Walking Bear and myself to heal him. So I think we can go all muscle replacement. So he's just going to have strength through the fucking roof. So I think strength will be damage. I like to talk while I pace around pool tables. I think strength is damage and your melee combat is mostly your chance hit, but will also scale your damage. So if we get him to like 12 or 13 strength, that'll get pretty fucking crazy. I don't even need to be in here later, chum. We're going to the Matrix. I did sell Bear's Gun. She had a Warhawk heavy pistol we ditched. Can melee outperform the shotgun with Winston? It cannot. We're just doing it for fun. It's just fun to think of. Just to imagine it. Just because I really liked melee in Dragonfall. Not that this comes close. Let's go to the Penumbra District. See, it's weird that it costs money to leave the city, but if you're going into the city, he's like, yeah, 20 million, whatever, man. I guess because he'll be in Seattle and he can grab some easy fares. Murderclaw. Murderclaw was pretty fun. I just like melee characters in general. If you haven't watched my channel, I never played melee characters or like big damage dealing brutes when I was younger. I'd always like to play like hybrid characters in games, but now I'm just like Hulk smash. It's fun in so many games. It's these guys. You guys want to talk about Red Dwarf? Oh Christ, it's this guy. He's always talking about Red Dwarf. I'm glad they came back for more series recently. Ah! Ah! Help! Help! We sold all the med kits. Fucking sniped me around the corner. It's a goddamn Roger Rabbit fireball. Kill him! He's coming! He's coming! Oh shit, am I in the middle of a Shadowrun right now? You're not Winston? Yeah, oops. This is a really weird way to go to the greenhouse, Joshua. Yes, I know, Mike and Nana. Let's get you home. Is Winston just hiding in a garbage can like fucking Inspector Gadget? Where did he go? Yeah, thanks. He was just watching from the corner. Wow, wizard, that's crazy. Thanks for nothing, Winston. Could have punched him right in his windpipe. Oh god, greenhouse for some serious fixing. Well, we got fucking knocked out by that fireball, but we did recover. Let's go get a Matrix run, and we'll go to... Well, actually, I have enough health. We don't need to go to Seattle General. Watch out for wizards, apparently. Oh my god. Just... Tony Lazzuto says hello. fucking mafia wizard hitman. That's the hotel. There's a disturbance up ahead. Mortimer Reed with terrible blackface makeup takes my picture. He's got a crush on me, I guess. He's got a crush on me. He doesn't understand the implications of fucking dressing like that. It's the perfect disguise. Oh, Mortimer. But that's interesting. Every Johnson I meet is secretly in love with me. It's probably because I'm so good with computers. I'm looking for some work. Go see the I-Fivers in the Penumbra district. Their recent antics have been most heinous. I want you to tell them to quit terrorizing the locals and make it stick. Payment will be rendered when the gang is no longer a problem. This is a decent enforcement contract because it's right here. I don't need to take a cab, but no. What's on the itinerary today? I'd like to just buy a little cyberware for Winston. Enough to start punching things. And then we can probably do some story. We can probably go to the Haversheen Clinic. We can try to find David Owlfeather. It's like I have a simple matrix run lined up next. A local office has a new director of operations. Bring me a copy of the personnel records from their management data store. At that time, you'll receive payment. Yes. Okay, walk down the street like the billionaires we are. Winston's always trying to get chummy with Walking Bear. I don't think she likes that. Alright, you two cover me. I'm going in. Yeah, because it's like, if you have 12 computers and enough money and attack, you just attack everything, but it's kind of fun. You know, like, sleaze it, deceive it, rebound it, degrade it. Actually, degrade might be a good idea. Because it would lower their skill, so I'd have a higher chance to hit. Anyways, in we go. Am I enjoying Valheim? It's true that I've been playing Valheim all weekend because it's a long weekend here in Canada. I'm enjoying it a whole bunch. I don't think I'll ever stream it, though. Hey, Mumrick. Oh, this is the system we were milking last time. I think we established we can't... Either we can't deceive a CPU or we can't deceive a barrier. I think you just can't deceive a CPU. Look at this. All those typing classes in 4th grade paid off. I'm hacking the shit out of this thing. I just missed it. Never mind. I just missed it. Never mind. I got penisy. Am I going to stream on Monday? No, there won't be a stream tomorrow. Just back to the regular schedule. Just grab everything that looks like it's over 40, and we've got computers 10. Like, I should not be tripping the alarms so easily on an orange. Good God. Good God, Joshua. Will you ever see me play Dota on stream? Dota is a place of salt and sadness, and I will never record it. That is a secret side of my life where I yell at strangers. Good God, I cannot find a data file in here. Maybe Joshua can't spell. He can type fast, but he can't spell, so he's like, important feel, F-I-E-L. None found. Damn it. Nah, not a 20. I skimmed the Shadowrun manual. I skimmed it. I don't have it up right now is the problem. Does file size actually... A larger size should give you more money. As far as I know, I've already forgotten. But if my memory is correct, it's the color of the data store and then the size of the file will have an impact on how much money Roscoe gives you. They have no impact on if he'll decide the file is worthless. Oh. It was. You were thinking of Dota, Justin. There's a single Dota video on my channel. How much room do I have? God damn it. We're full. They're all pretty big files, too. Alright, Roscoe. Good news and bad news. Good news, I have files. Bad news, you're going to pay me for them. 1,200. Fuck you. 1,000. 2,500. 3,200. Thank you so much. Whoops. Alright, my little guinea pig who's ready for unnecessary surgery. It's Winston. Winston's going to get some. Just muscle replacements. I want him to look like Bane post-juice. What was it called? Venom? White someone for Michael's Holopix. I don't care, though I am in need of some unnecessary surgery. You can get a data jack, which allows input and output from any cyber deck and is required to enter the matrix. That's not true. Well, I suppose it's required to enter the matrix, but I think without a data jack, you can use a cyber deck. It's just you're way worse because a person's responding at like the speed of thought. Cyber Eyes augments vision to counter invisibility and increase combat effectiveness. I might get some of these on Joshua. Just so I can also do things like when I see a really high-priced computer program, I can shockingly let my eyes jump out. He needs some hand razors. A set of 3 carbon fiber blades anchored to the back of the hand. Yes, please. Here we go. Muscle replacements. Implanted synthetic muscles which increase both strength and quickness. Both strength and quickness. I think I want 1 muscle replacement. Sorry, 1 wired reflex and then 2 muscle replacements. Am I reading that right? How much essence can you lose in this game? If you... I'm not sure if you can actually get that low, but you can go all the way down to 0.1. You can never go to 0 essence. You can go to 0.1 if you plan it out. Which I think would be... I don't know how you do it. You start with 6, and you go 2 wired reflexes. You go 3 dermal platings, and then a spur and a cyber eye. I think that would leave your samurai with 0.1. All right, so I want 1 more muscle replacement, and then wired reflexes. And then he's already done his cyber. That was pretty fast. Time flies when you're decking. I guess you also have to remember that when I first uploaded this game, they were like 10-minute videos. It's like, man, we're getting a lot done in these 7 hours I've been playing. I think I finished my entire playthrough in like 10 hours. Well, I sped up the grinding, but it's not a super long game. That's what makes it so fun to grind. Smart Link for the people that don't use guns, that's just me, Justin. So I would probably give Cyber Eyes and a Smart Link to Joshua. But I'm not going to be putting a lot of points in pistol, so it's not like we'll be a crack shot one way or the other. But I suppose if there's spare money. The password is Smart Link. Nothing of interest. It's a shame you can only fit 5 on your deck, but I can see the obvious problem there is you would just rig up a deck to be massive, just load it up with files, be a billionaire from your first system. I think Cyber Eyes just let you see invisible units. And then it's just like infravision eyeballs. I think Cyber Eyes are much more powerful in the pen and paper because you can see all sorts of wacky shit. Better at perception checks and such, I'm sure. But here on the Sega Genesis, it just lets you see invisible, I don't know, Wendigos and shit when we're out in the forest, which actually, I think I will get Cyber Eyes for Wendigos when we're out in the forest.
Active
10 years, time flies, Mumrick, time flies. Or runs in this case, Shadowrun.
alert canceled.
What do you know?
Active alert.
Do you need to be controlling the character that has Cyber Eyes to see the monsters? Probably, but by putting it on Josh, we'll be controlling him almost all the time. Probably the only time I wouldn't control Joshua is if Winston gets really fucking skittish with his melee when we're not controlling him. But we can probably fix that by upping his posture to offense, full offense. Because it should affect your dodge chance, but also your actual AI when you're not controlling it. So on full offense, your dodge chances dog should be do a lot of damage. But conversely, if you put a full defense on a bot, they have very high dodge, but they'll also refuse to fight. I think. 800, 1800, worthless, 1200, 2400. Roscoe, I don't know where you get that money. Well, he probably sells it for even more, right? He's like a pawn shop. Bank account numbers, best I can do is 800. I got overhead. You have overhead. It's a fucking computer in some dingy office you probably don't even own the lease for, Roscoe. I have overhead. Preposterous. He's got to find a seller. He just jacks into the Matrix and posts it on a message board.
Passcode accepted.
It's still SmartLink. It's a shame that I'm not retaining my admin access or whatever when I disconnect. I thought that was the case. I might be thinking of something else. It's like as long as I don't abandon the Shadowrun, I should keep my passwords. I swore High Computers made it so you would always find a file on the, like you wouldn't have these dud actions with nothing of interest, but maybe I might be remembering the math wrong. Maybe it's a 70% chance a computer's 12. You're never guaranteed to always find the file, which is a shame, but
Alert. Cancel.
the gray bars next to my program. That's a good question. It might just be as simple as, yeah, my skill versus their skill. So it'll be larger against a bad node. Because I've seen the bars get kind of high.
Alert. Cancel.
Sensors on my deck. Now, I'm definitely willing to invest in my sensor skill then if that's the case. Not my skill, my stat. It's just a deck upgrade at the shop. Microtronics. That's where we do all our decking. Are we full here? We are full. Wow, look at that. Did you see that? All 60s. Nope, 140 combo breaker. I fucked it up. Let's jack out. Take our shame with us. Got some data I'd like to sell. There you go. 4,800. Useless, useless. 3,600. Ugh. Yeah, there's not a huge community for this Shadowrun Psychogenesis game, but a couple dudes figured out almost all the math to it. Impressive figures. Getting to going pro? Probably not. Let's go grab that sense, because that'll just pay dividends in the long run. In the long, long run by a mile. Finding files more reliably. 10% times. So what would you need? You'd need 30, so you'd need intelligence plus computer, which is 10. Actually, I don't think we can get to 30. Get like intelligence up to 6 or 7 on a human, I think. 7, 17. I gotta pull a bunch. Yeah, you can. You can get close. You can get close, but you can't get to 100%, I think. Maybe like a very particularly cybered elf. Cyber your intelligence up to the fucking roof. No, you can never cyber intelligence. You can only cyber quickness and combat success. Anyway, sensing. This allows you to perceive things. This is cutting into our cyberware money, but this will really pay off. So this went to 7. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how high the sensor could go on the best deck, but I mean, once you have the best deck, I mean, are you really worried about further matrix efficiency? But you might be able to get 100% file chance fine. Oh, it's these fucking guys. I love Red Dwarf. Stop harassing me. I'm a sovereign citizen. Am I being detained? Probably not a smart thing to say to Lone Star in 2050. Am I being detained? You are now. Oh no. God damn. I'm traveling. I don't need to show you my license. It's different. The Magna Carta says that I can. See, there's no ice on this node, and there were still gray bars. Maybe it's the inherent value of a node, because a level 4 ore, so there's a lot of wacky math going on in cyberspace, because it's the color of the node makes it more powerful, and the level of the node makes it more powerful, and then the inherent level of the program guarding it. It's surprisingly complex compared to the rest of the game. I suppose that's what makes it so addictive. I should have just deceived this, because we almost always get in. Oh, It was uplink I was thinking of for systems where you remember all your password access. They never trace you all the way in uplink. You remember all your access. For a bit, like for 24 hours, I think. Could you imagine a game as deep as uplink, but playing like this one, like with this VR sort of interface? That'd be a hoot. That'd be a hoot and a half, frankly. What were sensors for again? We were upping our sensor stat to help us detect files. And anecdotally, it's kind of helping. Wow, anecdotally, it helped a lot. $500, $1,500, $1,000, useless. $4,800. That was the big money. Back we go.
Accepted. Password accepted.
Still smart link. I want to say they should update their security, but it's been 5 minutes. The guy probably doesn't even know that I've ransacked his entire network. Poor bastard. Could you imagine being the IT guy for this no-name system? This Nova Hot Decker shredded all our ice. Oh no, I lied on my resume to get this job. I don't know how to fix this.
Alert.
We could spend some more money on attack, so we kill things quicker and standing a chance against the higher level ice, but until we start running actual corpse, I think 4 attack will get us pretty far. And yes, I'm a shriveled husk hacking at the same terminal all weekend long. That's just how things work in the future. Give me a nutrient paste and I'm good to go.
Active. Alert.
But you have to put it in my mouth. Don't pour it on my cyber deck. That'll break the deck.
Alert. Cancel.
We're done. What do you got for me today? 3,000. Nothing. 1,000. Well, that was a strong start, then we kind of fucked off.
Task accepted. Password accepted.
Still smart, Link. Actually, we're Deception 4 now, aren't we? We bought Deception. We were in the crime mall, so it's in pretty decent shape for simple runs, at least. 60 bank account numbers. Hello? But yeah, the actual type of data, I think, is worthless. It's like, oh, like I always thought that as a kid, like bank account numbers, like that'll be worth a lot no matter what. It's just whether or not the file is worthless seems to be at Roscoe's whim, but The value is just the node color and the file size itself.
Alert. Cancel. Passive. Alert.
These fucking alerts, man.
Alert. Cancel.
God damn it.
Active. Alert.
At least we've never failed operating the node. Because that's the worst when your computer skill's too low and when you try to cancel the alert, you fuck it up, and that's the last thing that gets you ejected from the network.
Alert.
Oops.
Cancel.
Might not have 5 files yet? No, not if we're getting baby ones like that. Oh boy.
Active. Alert.
Yeah, in general, your skill seems to determine your success rate with any given action. And then it also slightly increases like the potency of whatever you're performing, so more computer means I miss less, but it also makes attack a little bit stronger, and then more likely to find a file or fuck up. Oh fuck, we were at 5 files that whole time. $2,400. Wow, $2,500. 800, 500. Ooh. We've got some more unnecessary surgery money for you there, Winston. Because the trick is you buy their stat boost first, and then you can skill up over it. So right now he has like 7 with cyberware, but now we can push it up to, I think he has 7 base as a troll or 8 base. So that's just going to go higher and higher. It was ridiculous. I did like before I made the stream on the Thursday, I think it was like a couple weeks before, I was doing a test run with the debug menu, get the bonus karma and $250,000, and I think he got to 14 strength. Do I want another one of these though? Or do I, so I can get one of these or 3 of these? I think I do want combat speed, so we'll go, I'm too poor for that. So this. And then he takes this, and then we'll give him a dermal plate as well. I don't know if I'd call it elective surgery, because he can't leave. His contract isn't up yet. So dermal plate, and then, yeah, one more wired reflex, and then he is cybered up to the tits. I mean, actually, with muscle replacements, we probably replaced his titty muscles. They're probably just bundles of internet cable. That's how it works, right? Just replace it with Ethernet cord.
Task accepted.
25,000 or something to get that wired reflex implant. And then we can go back to The Redmond Barons again. Oh boy. There's all the places you can go in this game, and we pretty much just go to this one computer and then the jump house. Once we get our stats up, I'm not over concerned about Joshua or Walking Bear stats, but I want Winston's stats maxed. Smart Link.
Accepted.
The password was Smart Link. Ah, that was a 30. I got greedy. There's a 60. Hey, well. 2,500 for the local accounts. Capital expenditure worthless. Bank account numbers 800 million. You see what I mean? 800 million. 1,200 for the corporate account. 4,800 for these bank account numbers. These are some no fucking around bank account numbers. Those are the exact same kind of file, so you can see there that the actual file name is worthless. It's just the size. That's almost enough already. It's almost enough already for the reflexes.
Tab accepted.
I guess the only thing we have to be wary of is if we're going up against, you know, like a barrier 12 with an attack 4 is, even if it'll do almost no damage, but at that point the problem is the difference in program versions might be so high I might miss too much. I mean, I technically was killed by a trenchcoat guy today, but I managed to revive myself right away. But I think he was a mage. I think when it's out in the overworld it's a mage, and when it's trenchcoat guy inside that's a vampire. Or maybe it was a vampire. Maybe vampires can cast magic when you find them in abandoned buildings. Guy with a trench coat definitely threw a fireball at me and it went up the tip of my dick, and I got knocked unconscious from the pain. Getting a little impatient here. We'll just download some 30s. Oh, god damn it.
Active alert.
I like that you get dissolved and then sucked into the node.
Alert. Cancelled.
You don't jump into it like Super Mario 64. Whoa. Capital expenditures. I mean, I think the dream is you would want your deck to have 5 60 megapulse files from a red data store, and that would be the maximum chance for big money. But I almost feel like no matter what, he'll decide one of them's useless. I don't think you can ever get 5 valuable files on it. I should have double-checked again, because there was a couple days between streams. I should have double-checked the whole, like, how Roscoe determines which files are worthless. 3,200, 1,500, 2,000. Wow. 2,500. I know the doctor said to wait 48 hours before your next surgery, but we're going right back, Winston. Joshua, some of my flesh is necrotic. Yeah, it'll do that. A flustered woman passes by you. A moment later, a grungy man passes in pursuit of the woman. It seems to you that he's planning to harm her. What's going on here? The woman calls out to you for help. The thug that was following her calls out to some friends as he pulls his weapon. Some sort of rape gang, not on my fucking watch. Joshua, computer hacker. Oh, hey, a gun. What kind of gun were they shooting me with? A Model 101T. Oh, they give you that in shaman school. No wonder they're fucking dead. Model 101T. Heavy pistol indeed. I'm in need of your services. There. Man, that was fast. Not even an hour, because some of that money was for the cyber deck. Winston's already good to go. And then we sell his shotgun, right? What's your melee combat stat right now? 7. Not amazing, but amazing enough for Redmond Barons. Yes, exactly. This is the problem I had on, I think it was Thursday or Friday because yeah, the wiki says it's every third file, and I was going under the theory too. It's like maybe it's the third time you check the data store, or maybe it's the third time you interact with any node in the matrix. Sorry, every third action. But I wasn't able to make sense of it. So now I just grab everything. That's quicker than trying to game the system. So yeah, his body is 8, and it'll go even higher. His quickness is 5, it'll go even higher, and his strength is 8, but it'll go even higher. He'll have very good stats. Because really, the stats you need for melee are not hampered by being a troll. I think your intelligence is naturally low, which is your combat success, which is your hit rate, but I think with 12 melee combat, we can compensate for low intelligence. And then willpower, again, I think is a little low. And, shit. Well, actually, the intelligence and willpower might really fuck up his hit rate. Being a troll, but his quickness is really high. So actually the quickness from the cyberware should compensate for his intelligence and willpower being lower, and then melee combat as well. He should hit really fucking hard. That's what the goal is here. Because if you remember, let's go to the weapon shop right now in Renraku to show it. Is for the most part, maybe for every case, is body armor is better against guns than it is against weapons, which is bare hands and maybe hellhounds. I think hellhounds are magic. Yeah. Poor weapon protection, low gun protection, low weapon protection. Well, shit. Now you're making me look stupid armor clothing. I think most armor is... if you're having trouble shooting a guy, there's a good chance you can just punch him instead with high enough stats. And I think if you... like right now, damage... what is that? 6 pips? And then power brutal, let's take it off. Unequip. Power medium high. Alright, that's kind of shit. Well, we didn't max out his strength yet, remember. Medium high is not awful. I mean, we have to build him a very particular way, and I think I already did it wrong. I don't think we did the perfect cyberware combination, but his fist will be kind of competitive with a Warhawk, or maybe not Allegiance, but probably a Warhawk heavy pistol. Once we get his stats up there. Ahead of you is a man lying on the street. He seems to be hurt badly. I better give him first aid. His injuries are severe, but he'll live. 150 Nuyen. Thanks, man. I kind of would prefer that random event in Redmond, but I don't think you can fight a vampire in Redmond, so I can see why they don't. I just would have liked more random events in Redmond Barrens to like ease you into it. Because once you leave Redmond, a lot of these events are kind of shit and not worth the time. Speaking of Redmond, though, I want to get these stats up. The stats will go way quicker than the skills. So what's next? I need my Cyber Eyes and my Smart Link. And a Walking Bear, we need to max out her Mana Blast. We could max out Fire Blast instead, but I'm not sure which one we should use, actually, now that I think about it. You're currently under contract. We have to turn in that Matrix run. I didn't actually steal the file yet, son of a bitch. He's too busy robbing him. I didn't actually do my job. What a deadbeat. Is there a way to fire people? Group items? No. Notebook, Shadowrunners, Instant Mars. He can be found in the big row. Okay. I'm not sure if there was a fire them, because I kind of want to try this. Hire an elf and then go into Icarus Descending thing, because that's kind of neat. Let's grab that file. That part of the run will be a breeze. We don't even need to hack the CPU. We can just sleaze through it.
Path accepted.
Because we just got to grab the file, which I think is on the left wing. I mean, if they had some sort of stopgap in place to stop you from being greasy piece of shit like this, put the mustard on you. It's like, oh, you have to actually do missions one by one and not just raid the data stores every time you're in there.
Passcode accepted.
Trace and dump that. Because that would make something like SLE super valuable, because you're in and out of the system as fast as you can. Like uplink. There was a dismiss runner choice on the first menu? A little distortion, I don't like that. Oh shit, yeah, there's a button to fire him, isn't there? No, wait, what? Pocket secretary? Dismiss runner. Beauty. Probably Winston, although I think Winston's kind of pricey. I think Walking Bear's cheaper, but I don't want to take a cab all the way to Council Island to get her again. But that's neat. That is very neat. Let's get a nest egg, which we don't have. All right, yeah, fuck that. We're not going to turn this run in just yet. I want a nice big chunk of change so we can go into Icarus Descending. And get that contact from Caleb for rebound.
Passcode.
Locked out of the system now that I have the file. Fuck. Uplink sounds interesting. I have an Uplink stream. I couldn't beat it. It's a roguelite game. Well, it's more of a roguelike. You don't really maintain your progress beyond your knowledge of the systems. It's a fun game, but I never got past a certain point where it's very easy to die. And rather than repeat that time and time again, I decided to cut that stream series short. Very fun, though. Very, very enjoyable take on computer hacking. What am I doing with my life? He seems to be hurt badly. I better help him. 150 million. Thanks, sucker. I need another Matrix run from Mortimer. If we're lucky, we can get the one for Hollywood Correctional. Because, yeah, like you were saying, if we can get an easy red node, big money. I'm looking for some work. Go to Fuji Industrial Electronics. No, these low-level corp runs are always not fucking worth the effort. Winston? Oh no. That was weird. I swore we had him full-time. Doesn't matter. I mean, Walking Bear can cover me while I hack. Maybe he was just... I gotta take some time off, Joshua. You made me get 7 surgeries. That's not a real thing. I'm pretty sure we just hired him temporarily. I'm looking for some work? No. Just a simple Matrix run. A community of ghouls somewhere? Go fuck yourself, Mortimer. Does this look like the fucking jump house to you? Now, some of these are worth it if you weren't already decking. Like the ones where they want you to escort people but in the downtown area, the Seattle metropolitan area where you don't have to take a cab. Those can be good. That's not a bad one. Redmond Barrens, I mean, it's kind of bad. I think you'll lose about half the money in cab fare now that I think about it. I always forget that it's 75 if the cabbie doesn't want to go there. I mean, if you have the orc armband, then the cab's always free, but... I feel if you're gonna spend the money on the orcs to get the armband, that's more of a samurai thing, I think. There's a lot of things that only make sense if you're not abusing the Matrix right away. But if you were a samurai and you ground up somebody in the Redmond Barrens and you went right to the P Barrens to get the orc armband so that the cabs were free. I mean, how many times did you... I think it was 3,000 nuyen to get the orc armband? So you'd have to take quite a few cab rides over the course of the entire game, though. But I mean, by the time I can go to the P Barons safely with that much money on me, I'm probably already doing Matrix stuff. And then 3,000 million is not a big deal anymore. I really wanted to try Shadowrun 2058. That was the ROM hack I was talking about on Thursday, because supposedly he rebalanced all the prices so that you don't need like $250,000 to max out a deck, so that the other jobs they kind of line up with the monetary investment. But rife with grammar and bugs, apparently, unfortunately. But yeah, I remember that was the big draw for me to Shadowrun 2058, is he tuned all the Matrix prices. A simple Matrix run lined up next. My client was wrongly fired from his job recently and wants to ruin the reputation of his former manager, upload this bogus personnel record into their management data store, and return here for payment. Huh, this is a link to a DeviantArt account with furry porn. Approved. I will plant that file as soon as I rob that company blind. If we're lucky, this is the Hollywood Correctional Network. But yeah, it's a big shame that you can go into this low-level Matrix run and just walk away with tens of thousands of million, and then a top-tier Shadowrun, go in and run Raku headquarters, steal some very valuable shit. You're up against the hardest corp in the world. And you're like, you 5,000 million. Because the game doesn't really encapsulate the legwork part of the pen and paper.
Passcode accepted.
And I don't blame them for that. It's an old game. Very well-made game, considering what they had to work with. They had to make the source material fun, but also work on a saga. Is the password Hollywood?
Passcode accepted.
It is. Like the song. Unlisted. How do I know it's Hollywood, though? I think it's just always unlisted. We gotta go in. Oh boy. Is that a burn or a dump? I think it's a blue. I think red's burn. Dump is fine. Dump just kicks you out. Burn hurts you when you get kicked out. I think burn might kill you when it kicks you out. No, your body would probably resist it. Probably not always guaranteed to be fatal damage. I picked a bad time to be a shit shot. This must be a strong network. Or I'm drunk today. This would be a good time to have relocate. I think that just sends it on a wild goose chase and immediately ends the fight. Yeah, it's just a generic network still. But the CPU gives us the full system map, so one of these data stores is going to be high level. Is the password data?
Passcode accepted.
There's real idiots setting up the passwords on these unlisted networks. A green, no thank you. Oh fuck, if this is a double green, this is actually a waste of a run. Not a waste of a run, but I mean, it's not big money.
Passcode accepted.
The password is orange. Orange, you glad you accepted this shitty run? Upload the furry porn, let's just go. Fuck this company and its non-valuable data. Manager's about to read that file. Wait, what's that Wendigo doing to that dragon? My god, you're fired. Go to the frag grenade and then run Raku Arcology. Not a fucking chance. Simple Matrix run lined up next. My client was wrongly fired. More furry porn. Alright, let's get uploading. It's a cartoon rendition of the movie Cliffhanger, except the mountain is an anthropomorphic mountain monster, and Sylvester Stallone has sex with it. Whoever watches this is going to instantly fire the person whose computer they find it on. Hello, Lone Star. I was just talking about furry porn. They are disgusted and they leave. Just one very angry orc is like, it's not against man's law, but it's against God's law. Points his finger at me. Not illegal in Seattle 2050. They can get you fired, though. It's frowned upon.
Pass accepted.
Anyways, going back to it to bookend the joke perfectly, I just thought of it. The movie is called Yif Hanger.
Password accepted.
Let me in. Oh man, this is a bigger system. An I/O port.
Password accepted.
Still a shitty network, but actually an I/O has probably got a very weak ICE on it anyways. There's the CPU. Uh-oh, this isn't good. Thank God my response time is high, so even when I miss, I have a chance to break the trace again. Oops. Maybe not. I mean, I have a chance. It's a 1% chance. Alright, we're in. That's a very powerful CPU. Only 2 data stores. Come on, red. We don't want a double green, apparently. Shit. Or a blue. Blues are the worst. I think blues are never worth anything.
Password rejected.
Never try to sell files from a blue. You're wasting your time. That's just worthless info nobody wants, like the source code to Math Blaster. It's open source. Why did you bring me this? An orange. We'll hit up the other one just to be sure. Ah, no, we can't go to the other one because as soon as you interact with it, that's what transfers the furry porn. So this is, we always use the top data store on this system.
Active alert.
Okay.
Alert.
What do we need? We need like 5,000 or 6,000 to grab Winston back full time. We also need a little bit to hire the elf and go in Icarus Descending. 1,000 for the contact. Probably want like 10 or 15,000 to be safe. If you were feeling really bold, you could grab a red flagged Matrix run from Caleb. God damn it. Alert off. Alert back on.
Alert canceled.
I do want to see if that's true, though. That's just a really nice tidbit that they will let you in Icarus Descending if you have enough. What a wonderful touch. 10 years and you learn something new, but it's not like I play this game every day. Still need to learn stuff about an old game. That's what makes it fun again.
Active alert. Alert canceled.
Oops. That was a 30. I got lazy. $3,600, $1,200, $2,000, $400, $1,200. Wonderful. Oh man, that was a good run. Only one worthless. $1,200. I'll risk it. All right, let's go get the elf. We can get. Oh shit. I think we need a cover. Actually, I think it's a cover fee to get into this one because this is where the elf is. It's either a cover fee or they won't let us in at all. If they won't let us in at all, we have to abandon this plan. Oh boy, Club Penumbra is the most decadent of all the nightclubs in Seattle. Some people claim they've been on the waiting list for more than a year. The doorman smiles at you and asks your name. Joshua, super hacker? The doorman's smile fades when you ask to enter. We serve an exclusive clientele here at Club Penumbra. Please come back when you're more well known to our patrons. Tell me more about how you're going to fuck me. A wall-mounted autogun swivels towards you. It seems like a good idea to leave. So unfortunately, we can't poke our head into Icarus Descending right now. We're too ugly and not popular. Oh, Christ. Ugly police. You got a license for that face? Yes, it's right here. Oh yeah, checks out. See you later, Ruggo. I don't want to up our reputation because that gets Renraku on our ass. So let's grab Winston back. But we know how to dismiss runners, which is handy. Looking for a good runner. I think we get a discount because he didn't die. Oh, wow! 1,900 Nuyen full time? Feels a little guilty about all that surgery I paid for him. A lifelong pal. Wow. I want to say that maybe their price just goes down for every successful run you complete with them, but 1,900 for Winston full time's a deal. He starts at like 3,000 full time, I think. Now what are we doing? There's a disturbance up ahead. Stoker's haunting me. Oh god, he's so sexy. Look at that V-neck. We're gonna buy some magic. Let's go to Merlin's lore in the arcology. And then it's off to Redmond Barrens for some karma grinding again. I think this is Merlin's lore. Merlin's lore is a premier magic shop in the latest edition. Ah, they only sell mana. They don't sell fire. What's this cost? Yeah, small zap of energy that delivers a nasty jolt. She's only at level 2. My god, woman. Yeah, let's jump her up to blast. A burst of magical energy that causes a vicious jolt. We can't do the AoE because that can hit us. This would be fun. Hardened flesh to resist the effects of damage. It will either miss Winston or not do anything because his essence is so low. I'm not sure. But also, you don't want the melee guy walking slow. So let's do Mana Blast. So it looks like it's 1,000 times level. Level 4 Mana Blast isn't that bad. Now we just got to make sure she doesn't drain herself. Unfortunately, there is some drain. Fortunately, there's a lot of drain. Oh, shit. I want to say her stats will reduce drain. Can you just unequip that? Nah, let's keep the shotgun on. Blast some goons over in Redmond. There's a phone here we can use to get to Redmond. I'm not sure how a cab gets inside the arcology. Oh, fuck, high fivers. Hey, a gun. Is it a jelly bean dispenser? There it is. One of them had a Warhawk, but yeah, the new guy went to shaman school. I always thought it's weird that you can get into street fights in the Renraku arcology, because you would think that like corporate security would frown upon that heavily, and that would be the advantage of staying in this part of the map. You know, it's funny. I actually don't have a permit for the Allegiant shotgun, but I never get in trouble with Lone Star. Maybe it's because I'm never Winston when I talk to them. Maybe they only check the protagonist. Well, not protagonist. They only check the controlled character when they speak to you, but I've never been in trouble with this Allegiance. I can just hobnob with every Lone Star I see. We're going to ditch it, though, for the Razors. That's the other great thing about the melee build is if it's near the strength of a shotgun, it's totally a legal build. I'm still under contract. I haven't uploaded the furry porn yet. I keep forgetting. I got a yifhanger.mp4. We've got to put it up there. Actually, it's the future. It might be an MP5 file. And it should be the bottom data store. The CPU actually puts up a hell of a fight. What was it? It's got a tar paper. Not a tar pit, though. It's got a tar paper. So I think a failure will trigger it. Let's just sleaze it. Later, loser. Why didn't you stop that persona? It looked a little too sleazy. I didn't want any trouble. And we just need to get in here just long enough to upload the furry forms, so...
Rejected. Password rejected. Password accepted.
Just I spelled it wrong. Password was Frank1504. There we go. You know, it's orange. We'll grab some files on our way out. As a baby one, and I got kicked out, whatever. Deck was full. 3,000, 1,800 useless, 2,000, 1,200. That was actually pretty fucking amazing, all things considered. We were just on our way out of the system anyways. Why did I walk all the way over here? Oh, right, Mortimer Reed. I was like, I don't need to take a phone in the Penumbra district to go to Redmond, but... No, I had to go see Mortimer Reed. Get this shit out of my pocket, secretary. I wonder if it's for the simplicity of the gameplay systems, or if you actually are not supposed to take multiple Shadowruns in the world of Shadowrun. It's just bad form. Winston, I paid full time. I paid full time. That's going to be a problem. Have I ever played the game Decker? I've never heard of it. I want to say somebody's asked me about it before. Sounds familiar, but not in the sense that I've played it. It sounds familiar in that somebody's asked me about it before. Did you miss anything exciting? Fucking Winston always tries to sneak out when I turn in those Mortimer contracts. I don't know why. Alright, so he's all wired up. Let's max out his stats. We won't max out my stats, though, because I might give myself some stats. Probably wired reflexes so I can just be a fucking rocket ship in combat, stay out of trouble. Rat's nest to the greenhouse to do some serious fixin'. Go sell my files? No, I sold the files when I left. It was big money. Making me nervous. Yeah, there's not in storage. No storage in my brain though. I forgot what fucking the run criteria were. Rat's nest to the Boris greenhouse for some serious fix, and I made the serious fixin' joke too. There we go. Okay, weapon shop to the hotel. One of those across the street escorts. Love it. Hotel Doc Whitson needs to go to the jump house. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Getting shit-faced at the jump house after I'm escorted there by Joshua. Man, it's gonna fucking bother me forever now that there's a 5 on his suit. Is he an I-5er? Or is it just the sheen of his like silk varsity jacket? I don't know. I think it's a 5 though, although that's fucking dumb. The I-5ers just have giant 5s on their gang attire.
Shut him low.
Weapon shop to the prison.
Shut him low.
This gun is under arrest for shooting people. We have a special cell for guns like you.
Shut him low.
Prison of the Jackal's
Shut
Lantern.
him low.
I mean, it's a great game. I enjoyed very much. I think it's because you can just play forever with the Shadowruns. You don't have to do the main story.
Shut him low.
But then, of course, once you max out your stats, then you kind of have to make your own fun. Greenhouse to the hotel.
Shut him low.
And then after this Shadowrun, I'm going to take a little break so I can go to the bathroom. Fellas, please. What is this? Where was I going? I got distracted with the murder. Greenhouse to the hotel. So someone can do some serious sleeping. And then that should actually be a good chunk of karma to level up Winston. I want the strength first. Let's do that. Some soy camp will be just whiz. How are we doing, Winston? It's 24. Let's get that strength up. So yeah, he's 5 right now, but 8 after cyberware. We still can't afford it. But he's already got 11 strength. And then let's just focus on the sorcery for her. I don't have enough. She got to 8. I'm not quite at enough for 11, but oh man, we're almost at max computers. He's almost done doing his job. Because once we get 12 computers, reputation, that'll help us go through the story a little bit more smoothly. I mean, intelligence and willpower will be good for cyber combat. Maybe I do want quickness. Maybe I just want wired reflexes, just so I'm fucking super twitchy. It affects my movement speed and cyber combat success. I don't think you can wire up your intelligence and willpower, like I said. But yeah, I think we'll just go all in with no, because we need the cyber eyes. Actually, no, because your karma has to be divisible by 2, because wired reflexes take up 2, but it's not. So we have the 1 essence to waste. So 0.2 for the data jack, 0.2 for the cyber eyes, 0.2 for the smart link, and then we can get 2 wired reflexes, which would give us, I think, quickness 8 total. And that's pretty good. Just constantly shaking like I've had 100 coffees. 100 soy calves. So yeah, more karma, because he's already at 11 strength. That's going to be great, assuming he can land a hit, which he should with 7 melee combat. We can probably take away his gun right now. So yeah, see, strength increases melee damage, and then melee combat is his hit chance. So super high strength. Let's see. Let's see before this break. I want some closure here. I can buy a pair of goggles that replace Cyber Eyes, and you're right, but I have a little essence to spare on Joshua. So right now, 6 pips on the shotgun. Power is brutal. Power severe. I've never seen power severe. I think severe is one step below brutal. I've never seen severe. Well, take a little break here, like I said. Okay, we still got some grinding ahead of us, though, don't we? Yeah, he's like 20 or 30 karma off from max strength, but now he's a member of the Punch Patrol. Then we just have to hope he actually attacks. We don't get that weird bug that like we had with Ricky, which I forget the details and I forget how to fix it. I mean, worst case scenario, we just control Winston. Jackal's laying to the rat's nest. Is the melee bug still in this game? It is the one where if your stats are the wrong way, you'll die in one shot. But there should be a Game Genie code to disable that, which I have on. I did this quest backwards, but yeah, there's a bug in Shadowrun. For the others is, I think there's like a weird hidden stat called like reaction or something, and then if it is the wrong number through cyberware, is there's like it overflows back to 0 and then you'll die in one shot. So that's the problem with melee characters, is you die instantly. But back when people were starting to dabble with like ROM hacking the game and fucking around with the math, some guy figured it out and just made a Game Genie code that stops that from happening, which I'm pretty sure I have running. If Winston dies instantly, I don't have it running. What do you got for me today? Community of Ghouls. I fucking should have known. The Halloweeners to the prison. It would be fun to do like a melee only run, maybe, but I think the way the combat works in this game is you can't, because it's like, even though it's like your fist is practically an Allegiant shotgun, I think you just attack a little bit slower and you'll get swarmed effectively. So not just solo, even like a shaman. Like if you went Joshua shaman and then just buffed and healed and armor skinned and stuff, Winston, I think he would still not be able to attack fast enough to deal with things. I've seen a melee run. I saw a dude fight the last boss with just melee, but it was pretty planned. He had to have her. He had all his ducks in a row for that one. Did I figure out the bug where the one guy you stopped using his gun? Someone commented on it, Snot, but I don't remember. So hopefully it just doesn't happen to us. I have a run right now. Where am I going? Halloweeners to the prison. Also, let's save. Let's murder these men first, then save it. Go get him, Winston. It's slow going. Slow going. He doesn't attack as fast as I was hoping. That's not too bad, actually. I think if I control him, he might be pretty good. The only downside is then we lose like the quickness boost of controlling Joshua and keeping him out of trouble. There's the package. Although, actually, I think he'll be pretty fast himself with the wired reflexes, wouldn't he? Movement speed, yes, he'll be a bit of a rocket ship himself. I think Joshua can probably walk even faster. I think a human has higher max quickness than a troll. Maybe it's a dwarf. A dwarf is lower. Someone's slower than a human. I think elves naturally are the fastest. Little Chiba to the greenhouse.
Schattenlaub.
Slow down for a second. There you are. Well, I mean, I'm not dying when they hit me, so that's a good sign. Let's save it like I was going to. We're in pretty good shape. I'm mostly just concerned if one of my... I'm concerned if we find a tar pit, because that's supposed to be hacked out, and I'm also concerned if we get the melee bug, because that kind of makes all that cyberware on Winston kind of shit. Not really, we can switch into a gun, but then we waste all the points on strength and melee combat.
Schattenlaub.
Jackal's Lantern to the jump house. This is my kind of Shadowrun.
Schattenlaub.
Another run well done.
Schattenlaub.
And then, I said we were going to do some story, but we got the money so fast, I think we're just going to... Alan Turing.
Schattenlaub.
The weapon shop for the Halloweeners. Alan, what have you gotten yourself into? But yeah, I think we'll just focus on Karma for the rest of today, and then the game's not that long. We might even be able to beat it next time. Once we start doing the main story, we might just cruise right along. But probably only 1 or 2 streams of actual story progress. Because that's really all the game is, right? It's just prep your build and then give her. Alright, Alan's going to go single-handedly clean up the Halloweener gang. Best of luck, Alan.
Schattenlaub.
Jackal's Lantern to Little Chiba.
Schattenlaub.
Grenades are for sale. Whoops. Little Chiba, I got distracted by the grenade merchant. Actually, I wonder if he... I think he sells smart goggles. I don't know if he sells a contact. Bulbous noses. Ugly people that need to be escorted. There's never any handsome men like Joshua that would need an escort around town. I guess people would be fucking taking hollow pics of him like mad. I'd have to fend him off.
Schattenlaub.
Little Chiba the nuke plant. Well, now that my radiation sickness is cured, it's back to work. Now, while melee is maybe plausible and kind of fun, his grenades are absolute dog shit. It's 6. You can only hold 6 per slot, so you'd at most be able to attack 36 times? And then you'd have to go buy more grenades? I guess the one upside is the grenades are never increasing in potency. Get him! Okay, well, I can't even fucking... Can't get the punches off quick enough. The other reason melee is great is once it goes through the armor, I'm not dealing with your physical health. I'm dealing with your mental fatigue. The one downside is we're kind of coming at it from both ends there, so it's like a punch doesn't help a shot and so forth because they're damaging in different ways. Does strength even affect grenades in any way? Because you could do a melee build basically. Grenade accuracy. So I mean, if you went throwing 12 and like strength 15, the grenade might land. But the problem is again, grenades kind of shit. I'll meet you halfway on this, and we'll throw some grenades with Winston. But an all grenade build is a problem because even if you went all three people, if you made all three people, you go like Samurai Joshua, and then you go like Eileen Two Fists, Winston Mars, and you make them all grenade characters. That's 36 grenades each, but there's friendly fire is the problem, right? So they'd be fucking each other over very easily, especially when the AI is in charge of throwing the grenades, not you. Little Chiba, nuke plant, right? Radiation poisoning. I tried stun grenades when I was testing out this Winston build, and stun grenades are just awful. But an actual frag grenade might be approaching good. Prison of the Jackals.
Shut him loud.
Oh, I hear bad guys. That wasn't, I mean, that was kind of bad. Like, I was hoping for, like, 2 punches to down those guys, because, I mean, they're weaker than, say, an I-5 or a Renraku strike team. But, again, our strength isn't all the way up there, neither is our melee. Damn it! Community of Ghouls. Keep getting distracted and doing these runs halfway.
Shut him loud.
Hotel to the greenhouse for some serious fixing. Help us capture him and I'll pay you. Sure. Here's 50 million, get lost. See you back at the hospital, Doc. I wonder if we can give Walking Bear some cyberware to fix her fucking scoliosis walk.
Shut him loud.
Hotel to the greenhouse. Apparently he's having a rave or something. Everyone wants to go.
Shut him loud.
Mike Nana. I love you, Joshua. Takes my photo and vanishes.
Shut him loud.
Heinrich Michaels needs to go from the weapon shop to the nuke plant.
Shut him loud.
Probably not a terrorist. It's probably fine. Did I see a lock on? Are there bad guys over here? Sniff him out, Winston. Not me. I'm a little concerned that, oh, it would be willpower. I was like, oh, Walking Bear's got like 8 sorcery. Why is she hurting herself? Her willpower in her body should help protect her from drain. Jackal's lantern to the rat's nest. Joshua picks a for sale. It's the grenade merchant. I love you, Joshua. Never any ladies taking my hollow picks. Let's just say that about Joshua in Seattle. Some soy calf would be just whiz. Apparently I really zoned out, which is good for our karma. What gives you drain? This protects you from drain willpower. Which, unfortunately, orcs can only go up to 6. This resists damage, but doesn't resist the drain. Wow, fuck. I don't want quickness because we want to put the cyberware in first. But I will go with the intelligence. This increases combat success, but not cyber combat success, so just intelligence then. And then, I mean, we have a chunk we can keep in reserve for negotiation, or sorry, reputation. At the same time, we're getting so close to computers. I think if we neglect our own stats to work on Winston, we'll be able to get computers 12.
Sattenlaub.
A little cheaper to the hotel.
Sattenlaub.
Was it the hotel? It was the hotel. Someone else appreciates you. I like the FPS. It was a pretty decent like FPS adaptation of the Shadowrun rules. Like it definitely,
Sattenlaub.
took a lot of fucking liberties with it, but it played fun. I mean, there was no story. It didn't take itself super serious. I just, it was a fun game to shoot shit in. Just basically Counter-Strike with a little extra layer on top. Anyways, we're going from the hotel to the jump house. There's a lot of people that just want to get drunk the second they wake up in Redmond. I mean, can you blame them? It's a shithole town. Now, I wonder, there is a ROM hack where it lets you change Joshua's race. So you could do Joshua as a troll samurai, Winston Mars, and then Stark, and make them all melee, and just become this whirling dervish of destruction. I wonder how that would work. That might be a hoot.
Sattenlaub.
Prison needs to go to the Halloweeners.
Sattenlaub.
How much money do I have? I think it's going to be like 50,000 to get the wired reflexes for Joshua. Whoops, no, it's a food chain, your little fish, yeah. Looking for some No. I'm still stuck in the conversation. Different subject. Looking for work. There we go. Jackal's laying into the weapon shop. One more and I can get computers 11. That'll be great. Because we do need to scrape together 40,000 million for the wired reflexes. Ghouls, not a fucking chance. Ghouls might be fun later, though. Alan Turing, he's going from the rat's nest to the jackal's lantern. He's still on his Punisher murder spree of the Halloweeners. Halloweeners to the rat's nest. Help us find the man murdering us all. His name's Alan. I guess this is just cocaine. Maybe they're trying to placate him with enough cocaine. Cocaine and pictures of dudes. It's a common peace offering in Redmond. What the hell are those colors on Walking Bear's? She looks like she's wearing American flags as sleeves. I can't tell because she's casting a spell in her profile picture. That's not how we take our picture, young lady. It's an action pose. It's going to be all blurry like this. It's like, you know. You can see everything. You know what my class is. Winston, again, the same. You have like this fucking action shot like you're afraid the camera's going to take your soul. Community of ghouls. Ugh. Nuke plant to the prison, and then we'll go to the hotel and grab 11 computers. The prison, not the rat's nest, the prison. Alright, spend a little extra karma here. It would be just whiz. Computer 11, and then 24 points we will be at max computer. So statistically, well, not statistical, skillistically, we'll be the best of computers we can be, but statistically, we're not. By the way, skillistically, not a real fucking word. 13, get some more strength in there. There, he has 13 strength. And then the quickness will make him a rocket ship. And then she is working her way up the sorcery. Just because there's going to be some extra points flying around, because we need reputation as well, and Joshua will probably give her biotech. So she'll be in charge of the first aids. And then electronics determines success when attempting to force open a maglock. I think because we're a decent decker right away, we're better off just buying maglock keys, not trying to force open the door. So we can save points on that. So yeah, she'll go biotech. And then he needs reputation. Not 12. I think we only need like 5 or 6 reputation to beat the game. That's not right. Huh. It's just, it really does not like the fact that I managed to get over 10 on his strength. So it's just like, I don't know. I guess the 1 would still draw. Down in the bottom, though, it's the correct level. It's 4. Oh, now that he's at strength 13, we can see how powerful the spurs are. And then, yeah. The super high quickness should also affect his... Oh, his body's high, too, because we bought the dermal. His combat success should make it easier. All right, let's check out. Power. Incredible! Exactly. Now we just need to get that hit rate tip-top. I bet you've never seen incredible with an exclamation point before. Casual Shadowrun Sega Genesis player watching the stream for some reason? Well, now you have. Community of Ghouls? No. Little Chiba needs to go to the Jackal's Lantern. Wasn't one of them literally your combat speed? We need to max that one out. Nope, it was just the one that came from the wild reflexes. Okay. Little Chiba to the rat's nest. A lot of people getting things from Little Chiba. Oh, ancient Chinese secret. It's cocaine. Opium, I suppose. Help us capture him and I'll pay you, sure. It shows me his credentials. This is just a framed certificate from the dollar store. You haven't even signed it yet. Too late. Here's your 50 million. Get lost. Those are always funny when you see a picture frame and there's just like some dud thing in it. Oh, right. This is the kind of thing I would put in the frame. Now I can visualize it. Thank you, store. Little Chiba, Chris Stout needs to go to the motel. He's very sleepy after his surgery. Fucking lightweight. Can't handle having most of his body replaced with robot parts like Winston. Although Winston does kind of enter into a fugue state and wander back to the big rhino if I'm not keeping an eye on him. Jesus Christ, she cast it as we walked outside like she just did a An emergence ad, like, just in case there's a Halloween around here, I better cast Mana's app. What if that hit a townsperson?
Shutting loud.
Weapon shop in the Jackal's Lantern.
Shut.
Oh, I see baddies. Scrawl a fake name. Hal O'Wiener. It's Irish. I'm worried some Irishman's gonna watch this video called Hal O'Wiener. Hey, it is like the gang name. Making that Irish joke, I forgot where I was going. Jackal's Lantern, just next door, that's fine.
Shutting loud.
Hotel to the jump house. Another drunk.
Shutting loud.
I mean, to be fair, for $40, if you were in any sort of danger and these three people were going to help you for $40, that is a fucking bargain. Just like, you know, on the way to the grocery store, there's this little dog in the yard that barks at me. You better just play it safe for $40 and have these fucking 3 armed X-Men help me. Fucking... really wish I could update the OS on my Pocket Secretary so it's not a cunt. Get a job! Fuck you.
Shutting loud.
Guy's gonna have a heart attack from all the popcorn chicken he's eating. It's the breading that gets you. Like, the chicken itself is fine, I'm sure.
Shutting loud.
The prison of Little Chiba. I guess actually you can never afford a third wired reflexes, because a third wired reflex would put you at 0 essence, which isn't allowed. So the fastest you can get is probably, I'd say, an elf with 2. But I think the only elf you get is a wizard. Is there an elf decker? There is. There's an elf decker in Matchsticks. Ah, I could have fucking hired her to get into Icarus Descending. Yeah, I always forget about her, which is funny because I think I used her in my last playthrough, but I always remember Freya because she's the best wizard on paper. Although I think it turns out that Ricky's a better caster because dwarves have higher willpower. Community of Ghouls, fuck you.
Shutting loud.
Rat's Nest of the Nuke Clan, deal. Japanese tourist. V-neck, V-neck. Takes picture. Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal. Ellis Goodson needs to go from the Halloweeners to the greenhouse.
starten Lauf,
Then Ellis can do some serious fixing. I'm gonna do some serious waxing if people get in my fucking way, though.
starten Lauf,
Greenhouse to the prison.
starten Lauf,
Yoink.
starten Lauf,
Jackal's lantern to the weapon shop.
starten Lauf,
We probably spend some of this karma. I just want to see how fucking fast this guy is. He's a quickness 8, that's as fast as he can go. So he caps out at 5 because he's a troll, but the cyborg gets him up to 8. So his cyber stats are as high as they can go, so now we can go back to melee. Power incredible. So I think, yeah, I want to say powers is its ability to go through armor, so nothing should stop him. It's just not going to do a lot of damage when he actually fucking hits you. On full offense, though, which might make him a little more powerful. Because, yeah, the shotgun did 6 pips. Let's just punch a civilian. I need people to not interrupt this fight. Well, that's a haymaker, but I mean, that'll happen if someone with Wolverine Claws punches you in the base of your fucking skull. Grenades are for sale. Don't need them. I mean, later, once we put some grenade skill on him, we can try it.
starten Lauf,
And then what's left? Nothing really. Well, there's still karma to be ground, but let's grab those wired reflexes for Joshua, which I'm not sure will carry over to the Matrix. I think they'll just increase his hit chance and success rate, not his actual response speed. Phone's not over here. There's a single phone in the Redmond variants. No, that's not true. There's a phone on the nuke plane, isn't there? There's really no reason to go to that end of town unless you're on a run, though. This is the phone I prefer. This is my mainstay phone. I'm feeling a little adventurous. Let's just hack a random system. Let's not even get a job from Mortimer. Let's save it, though, even though the only thing we have to be afraid of is tar paper, which doesn't actually cause anything. We just disconnect. System search. www.google.com. We're in. Let me in. Holy shit. I think that's a level 1 barrier. And then an SPU. There's a data store there. We can poke our head in there. Not near the CPU. It's probably just a blue or a green. Password is Shadowrun. Sometimes the password is Shadowrun. Green. Garbage. Let's go from SPU to SPU. Find the main data store hub. Okay, looks like they just had a piece of shit guarding the entrance. CPU might have something nice blocking me then. So that was a pathetic barrier guarding the entrance. That's not a barrier, so we might get through if I don't fail. Amazing. We are in. There's only 2 data stores left. Hopefully one's red. Well, hopefully one's orange, frankly. Ideally one's red. Orange. Milk this one till the alert goes off, and then we'll check the other node. 60. They caught me in a fucking hurry. Wow. 11 computers, too. 11 computers. I think 6 sensors on my deck. This is probably some green piece of shit data store. No, it's an orange. Let's just fill up the deck and be on our way. $1,800, $1,600, $1,200 useless, $400. That's not terrible. I mean, we are off by a little bit. We're only off by, you know, several tens of thousands of million. Back we go. Not the same system is the only downside when we do this. But we have a chance to get a red data store. Nope, I've been here. This is where we just were. It's a level 2 barrier. That's a very weak barrier. Unfortunately, we have to go all the way to the CPU. Let's just sleaze our way through. Later, loser. Because all we need is the CPU and the data store right next to it. We don't need to waste our time with these other ones. Let's get sleazy. Well, not with this one. We have to kill this one. But you can actually... Blasters will accept passwords. So... This isn't a very strong sleaze. We do have to go to the crime mall and buy some fucking mustard. Get some real, like, artisanal German mustard seeds that we gotta grind up ourselves. Just add water. You ever seen that at the grocery store? The no fucking around mustard you have to make yourself? I haven't tried it myself, but I saw it once and I was like, wow, just what a time to be alive. You make the mustard yourself. I've been eating French's mustard like a barbarian. Look at these 50s and 60s. Wow. Well, don't look at that one. That's 20 megapulses. Wait, did I download it anyways? Okay, download canceled. But it said download complete. We have room for one more, so let's go back.
Cancel.
60, perfect. This is a pretty strong deck. It can hold almost a full 60 megapulse times 5. 3,200, 1,200, 2,500, 3,000. Yeah, 600. Ugh. Kind of regret going back for that last one. Still not enough for the very first wired reflexes, unfortunately.
Passcode. Accepted.
Just Googling some places to rob. Everything's fine here, officer.
Passcode accepted.
Lone Star doesn't seem to mind these two burly people protecting this shriveled up husk connected to a terminal. Hack the planet! No, everything seems fine here, citizen.
Passcode accepted.
Wow. Look at all these passwords that are Shadowrun. There's the CPU. I do wish the CPU, like, you get access to every node from the CPU, but I wish the CPU would give you a colored system map so you would know which nodes are which. Oh, wow. This must be like Bill Gates' computer or something. We might be fighting some black ice here if this sends out the paper. Got me. Tar paper doesn't delete it, just wipes it from the RAM. I think you might be able to reload it, or maybe I have to disconnect from the whole system. I can't remember. Because if I just have to waste time in combat reloading it, that's not a problem at all.
Accepted.
We have this file network in memory. I wonder which one it is.
Accepted.
I think this is one with a bunch of access nodes. Yeah, this one. Okay. I can reload it without leaving the network? Well, that sucks. Because that probably would have been a pretty powerful network to get the data on. Well, really powerful network if I can get reds. I want to say an unlisted network never has reds at this rate. Maybe I have to find an actual, like, you know, place in the game. One of the corporations or buildings.
Passcode rejected. Active alert.
Or is this where I just was? Let's reload it. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. We're back in it. And active alert, it should have turned into a black ice, which means there is no black ice guarding this node, so we just got to stand here. And actually, if there's no black ice guarding the node, it was just a tar paper to trip me up, then this guy is fucked. He can't fight back. But the red alert does make him very more powerful than he was. I think it gives him 1 or 2 levels over the base. So it's a very high-level program I'm slinging programs at here. See, I mean that tar paper was an inconvenience, but miles better than a tar pit. We just have to be careful, though, because there's a tar pit in Seattle that was never removed, Seattle General Hospital, and I think there's one other tar pit that's, like, baked into the game they couldn't remove. But we just avoid those systems. I don't think we need them. Oh god, this is how low-level deckers feel. There we go. Clear sailing from here on out. Look at all these data stores, though. Maybe one's a red.
Alert. Cancel. Passcode accepted.
Shadowrun. Green. Waste my fucking time with that garbage. You'd think green means money, but you'd be wrong. Is the password French's mustard?
Password rejected.
Huh. Heinz ketchup.
Password rejected.
Plain?
Password rejected.
I don't know. Hot dog.
Password rejected.
Okay, hot dog with a W.
Password rejected.
Okay, fuck this. You want to play me like that? I gave you the whole summer barbecue special. This was just an orange. Hopefully those ones... Well, I feel they wouldn't put a red away from the CPU like that, but... We'll fight our way out. Heinz 57.
Password rejected. Password accepted.
It's Heinz 58, actually, I guess, because it's a future. They added a new flavor. Orange. I have very low hopes that this is going to be a red then. The password is red, all capital letters.
Password accepted.
Okay, very weak password. For a marketing day, that's fine. It's better to use the one next to the CPU so we can set the alerts off more easily. Oh, he's another big boy. This one might have a black ice guard in it. Although it'd be weird to have a black ice on this one and not the CPU. Look at how fast he's going without the active alert, too. Takes a while. Takes a while to navigate the map on one this big. Hopefully we can get the files quick.
Password alert.
Okay, it's quicker to go left.
Alert. Cancelled.
Right's the long one. Because it's not like freeform. I can't navigate the nodes however I want. 20 megapulse, no thank you. I'll take a 40. Take a 50 for sure. No. I think that was the 5th file. It was not. I gotta be careful because for some reason looking at your menu is considered an action that can get kicked out of a system when I should just be calling up something that's local and not interfering with their system at all.
Alert. Cancelled.
There we go. Big money, hopefully. 1,000, junk, 1,500, 800, 2,000. That's enough for the first wired reflex. Hey, let's go back here. Can we talk about how these bricks aren't offset? Isn't that structurally unsound? See, this man right here was hurt badly. He looks like he needs medical attention. I'll help you. 150 million. There's a bad outcome to that event. It just hasn't happened yet. Like, I'm too stupid. Vampires don't want to trick me. I'm in need of your services. Cyberware. We could actually save money if I had more money and reputation and negotiation. Sorry. Wired reflexes. Increases combat speed. No, wait. I wanted quickness. Not this. Just quickness. Actually, that could be a fucking rocket ship. Let's get the others. I want the smart link. and the cyber eyes. And then we can buy 5 muscle replacements, so there's gonna be a lot of synthol in there. I'm gonna look like one of those guys. Which increases both strength and quickness. 5 strength on a human? We won't get up to 13 strength, but I might be able to fucking swing spurs if I really wanted to. Hey, what the? Maybe I was hitting no. There we go, okay. Yeah, quickness 7. I'm gonna be really fucking fast. And that's really gonna help cyber combat success, actually, so that works out great. Muscle replacement feels too strong, because it's strength and quickness. It's a double whammy for one essence. Hey fellas, what's going on? They don't care. They thought I was some sort of mutant, but then they just saw I was addicted to synthol. If you don't know what synthol is, don't look it up. It's fucking weird. I mean, it's no yiff hanger, but... Oh boy, which door do I choose? Middle. That's how you want to play it, huh? A tar paper guarding an access. It's weird how much distortion there is with the Matrix. Like, look at that bar. That's just fucked up now. Let's reload it, even though we don't need it to fight, so... That's a tricky door, but no black ice. But now we have to make it through the whole network on an active alert. That's going to be tricky-dicky. I'm pretty sure that Lightning Bolt is the best posture. I don't think our hit rate goes up with fuck off. We'll just do neutral ninja star here. It's going to be really hard to get through this whole network. I wonder if I can back up, if I can retreat and then sleaze my way past. I might be able to. Retreat. Retreat not possible during combat. Well, that's a problem. I think there's a retreat program, which we don't have, obviously, but... So next time, because we are approaching the end, the big endo stream marker here, as Roscoe would say. Made great progress on our cyberware this time. Cyberdeck's in great shape from last time. A fair bit of karma done, but there's still some more karma we could get. I'd like to try some more programs. Not in combat, that's a shame. Because, yeah, all of our expenditures done now, right? We have all the cyberware. Well, we need the one more. We need well, sorry, not one more. We need 3 more muscle replacements on Joshua, which I think is 27,000. And then he will be a rocket ship. Alright, this system's just too powerful. It's no one to hold him and no one to fold him. That's what we say in the Decker circles. Oh yeah, we just need to max out the muscle replacements on Joshua, and then all that's left is a couple spells on Walking Bear and then computer programs. But story-wise, I think we've spent enough money on our characters to be able to do the story. So yeah, I think probably not next time. I think next time I want to get some more karma for this like crazy grenade scheme.
Active alert.
Oh no, not you again. It's the exact same fucking system. I would wager that's a tar pit, not a tar paper, but our ROM hack switches all pits to paper.
Accepted.
Yeah, I never thought to get muscle replacements on a Decker. I would always go wired reflexes. But the quickness seems like a big deal.
Passcode accepted.
The password was Shadowrun. Let's hope that it's not a barrier. The password is Sleeves. It's an incredibly high level barrier. The note itself must be weak, because I am beating the shit out of this kid. There we go. Wow, that's got to be a green. An orange 4, really? I doubt it. Oh, I've been in this network before.
Passcode rejected.
Let's grab our money. I want some more synthol. Oh, this is going quick. Well, now it's not. Whoa, a 60. Come on.
Active alert.
Didn't want to get too greedy there.
Alert canceled. Passcode accepted.
One more big file, that's big enough. Useless, 2,000, useless, 3,200. That might give me enough for one last muscle replacement to end on. Oh yeah. Put it in my mouse arm, that's the important one. Although, I don't know. Does the Cyberdeck have a trackball, or is it just all keyboard? I don't know. Sudden disturbance up ahead. Gang's going pro right outside the hospital. They better watch themselves or I'll flex my synthol at them. I would need a few services, please, Dr. Habersheen. And there's still... We can buy it 2 more times. That's another 2 quickness. What do we have right now? 8, so I can get a 10. And then I think we max at 6 naturally, so we'll have 11 quickness. Which is pretty fucking fast. So next time, because it is time to go, unfortunately. Can't deck all day long. We want to max out his quickness. And then his computers is... You know what? I'm a glutton for punishment. I want to max his computers out right now. So that's 10 Redmond runs. And then we can close the book on his computer skill. Skillistically, and then we can work on statistically being a good decker. Remember, skillistically isn't a word. Get the fuck out of the way when I'm talking about made-up words, fellas. Speaking of made-up words, the Halloweeners. What's your gang be about? I don't know. Pumpkin? You just said the first word that came into your head, didn't you? I love it. Calling our gang the Halloweeners. Speaking of, Halloweeners to the Jackal's Lantern. Yeah, can you deliver this pumpkin? I'm not stealing the pumpkin. I'm literally delivering this pumpkin for you. Fucking accost me on the streets. I should just hold it like an Olympic torch as I run through the streets so they fucking don't bother me. Jump host to the hotel, and Winston still has not died, so I think that Game Genie code is working. Well, I know it works, I just couldn't remember if I had it like auto-activate every time I launched the game. Jump host to the hotel. I got it backwards. Let's go to the hotel first. I feel with like 11 quickness, you'll outrun people even in combat. That's going to be a huge problem when we're inside corporations, though. These idiots are going to get stuck on everything. Halloweeners, Force Greenhouse. And then we'll have Max Computer. Our character's good at what he's meant to do, and that only took like 8 hours. And then next time we need 18,000 yen for the muscle replacement. And then 6 to max out the quickness. Holy shit, guys. Just delivering a fucking pumpkin. I mean, he doesn't seem much faster, but I'm sure he is. It's mostly the combat success. Those add up, because there's a few stats that have combat success in them. Help us capture him and I'll pay you, sure. Here's 50 million. Thanks, man. Every credit counts. Greenhouse of the Halloweeners. Like, this pumpkin's the wrong size. Take it back. Okay. Ah, but you know, it's been so long since I've actually played my shaman, I can't remember. Because you set the force of a spell, but I can't remember if that determines the maximum level, so spells only go up to 6? Ghouls, fuck you. Because that's really the next conundrum we need to solve, is how the fuck to cast spells on Walking Bear without getting screwed on Drain. I mean, we could just carry medkits, I guess. Because she's going to pump up her biotech a bit. Hotel to the Halloweeners. Because like Joshua's in great shape, Winston's in great shape, just Walking Bear's a little rough around the edges still. That was it, right? Yep. Fucking rude. Rude secretary. Rat's nest of the prison. This is great, though. We're not making great time as far as finishing Shadowrun quickly, but we're making great time as far as leveling. Oh shit, sorry, townsperson. Oops, I'm sure that's not illegal. Now we might have a problem when Lone Star wants to talk to us. Guns shoot so quick I didn't realize that I was locked onto a townsperson, which, by the way, does not hold up in court. Don't say that in court. I was just shooting my gun too quick, and bullets just... I don't know, Your Honor. Rat's nest of the prison. Hopefully I don't have to deliver myself one of these days. Good time to start picking up contacts. One of the guys can wipe your criminal record. That'll be fun to do next time, too. I guess we can start to work on our network of contacts. Start to get some programs. Really, that's it. Really, all you get from contacts is like you buy shitty guns. But we're done on guns because we fight with the Predator heavy pistol. All we want from contacts are the other contacts, cyberdeck programs, and body armor. I think someone sells a cyberdeck through a contact, but I don't think it's that good. No, actually, I think one of them's good, one of them's bad. I think Mortimer Reed's friend sells a piece of shit cyberdeck, and then I want to say maybe Caleb sells a good cyberdeck through his contact. Halloweeners to the nuke plant. Is that 24? Not quite. These fucking medkits are weighing me down. I keep stealing them off Halloweeners. I had a Warhawk? Really? It's not the strong... I just really like the look of the Predator heavy pistol. It's just a nice looking gun. The fact that it's a good mid-range weapon is just icing on the cake. Probably one of the strongest legal weapons. Did you other people pick anything up? Yes. No, never mind. I gave those all to you when I got killed by that mage. Trouble in the Penumbra district. Whoops, I threw that contract away. Jackals landed in the nuke plant. So 2 more, and then once, like I said, once we get to... You're in my way. Once we get to 12 computers, we'll call it a night there, and then we'll be back next time, which is Wednesday. And then, like I said, probably won't be able to beat the game next time, but hopefully 2 more streams. 2 more streams we'll be able to finish the story. Ghouls, no. What do we have to do? Yeah, we have to do the whole story. We have to do at least 1 ghoul run to assert our dominance over Gunderson. Because he will not fucking back down with this shit. He will not back down at all. There we go. Jackal's landed in the weapon shop. I can only imagine what all that quickness is going to look like on Joshua next time. I can only guess. Ghouls. Ugh. Little Chiba to the hotel. He's sleepy. Now, could you imagine if they managed to have this procedural Shadowrun system in the Super Nintendo Shadowrun? That would have been crazy. I definitely think there's a way to combine these two games together. I like the story and the conversation system of the Super Nintendo game, but I just like the walking around and going all the different shops that they have in this one. Because like economically, the Super Nintendo one was really flat, right? You'd buy a couple items as part of the story, and then after that, you just buy guns and body armor. Like this is the programs and a lot of different spells. They sold a few spells. They sold a few spells in the Super Nintendo one, but there's a lot of spells in this one. The med kits and the fetishes and everything. Rat's nest to the greenhouse. To the alley. I think this should get us to computers 12 if I didn't lose count. I think I actually overcounted. There's a 98% chance that happened. There's a 100% chance that happened. Our first max stat. Here we go. Just looking for a place to crash, 20 million. So we're about to call it a night here, but we're about to get max computers. Our first maximum skill, look at that. Increases success in cyber combat and the operation of nodes. Wonderful. And then, yeah, this is going to be just very large next time. This is all maxed. This is all maxed. I want more melee combat, which we can't because he's a couple shy. She's doing great. She's in fact doing so great. I want to start to grab some biotech here. 4. Not that amazing, but once she gets up there, that'll be like a full heal with every charge. So as long as she's not, well, if she's the one that dies, you just give her some, but like I would take the medkit and revive her with a shitty amount, and then she would just heal herself. It'll be great. It'll be great. And then, yeah, I don't care about this. Yeah, she doesn't really need to be a crack shot. She just needs to throw a little extra damage and soak up some hits. I mean, she's going to have 7 body on an orc. I want to say an orc might get to 8, but I think an orc caps at 7 body. And then, so yeah, this is good. I want max quickness. And then we just start to pump up reputation as we go through the story. And that'll be great. So thanks for coming out to watch. And there's going to be even more Shadowrun on Wednesday next time we save it here. I will see you then.